Welcome back, Truth Seeker. Sunday, June 23rd, 2019. One of the top news headlines, a missing YouTuber who goes by the online name Etika. His belongings have been found on the Manhattan Bridge. And the story is he disappeared June 19th after uploading a video talking about essentially why he was going to commit suicide. And a lot of his reasoning had to do with what happened to him April 29th when he was arrested and taken to a hospital for psychiatric evaluation. What I'm going to show in this video is definitive proof that all of this is contrived. And it's a form of propaganda that's not really malicious, but a form of propaganda that's, if there's such a good thing, meant to probably help people who are similar to Etika. And what Etika is known for is being a gamer who watches pornography. And if you surveyed the US population, that's probably a group of millions of people. And he's been having these suicidal feelings. Well, if your life is living through a screen and having sex while looking at a screen, you probably do get suicidal feelings because those things are not natural. And a lot of people are living non-natural lives, and not by accident. It's because the world is being formed this way, more and more technology driven and less human interaction. You see it in children growing up that are, this young man's age. They haven't grown up outside. They've grown up inside their houses in front of screens. You see less and less children outside, more and more people growing up in front of screens. But that said, by understanding the code of letters and numbers, the code that the media and police use every single day to contrive propaganda, you can see through this story in moments. And that everything that's been presented online through live streams is an act, contrived, even though people are going through these real experiences on a daily basis. So let's look at all this. Let's look at the day he disappeared and the date of the mental breakdown. It only takes moments to see what is truly going on. Again, when you know the code. So he disappeared June 19th. Here's the tweet from the NYPD. Of course, more than a month in advance, I said, circle the date of June 19th. It'll be a day of suspicious celebrity deaths. It was. Every single month that has the 44 and 64 date numerology ends up being a date of suspicious deaths, disappearances, etc., etc. This month, that was June 19th. And just before we go ahead, in case you missed the two videos that I did, you had a YouTuber in the Ukraine who reportedly shot himself with his gun by accident. He was an online activist in the Ukraine, another YouTuber who killed himself on this date. Remember, June 19th has the 64 and 44 date numerology, kills 44, 64. He was 46 years old, sacrifices 46. And the other death was the wrestler in the UK who uploaded a message about how this might be his last day on earth. He might give out his last hug, eat his last meal, and then he died shortly after. Same day, June 19th. And with regards to the 46 connection, he died 199 days after becoming the champion of his wrestling league. 199 is the 46th prime. Sacrifice 46, wrestling 46, ICW 46. We're going to talk about how this man, his online name, Etika, who the video is about, Etika equals 46 as well. So a clear parallel between all three of these stories. All people who uploaded things to YouTube, online. Very clear parallels between all three of these stories. So anyway, June 19, 2019, it was the date with 64 and 44 numerology. It also had 28 numerology. In three of the four base ciphers, kill equals 44, 64, and 28. If you are new here, kill equals 44 when you use the alphabetic order. A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, up to Z, the 26th letter is 26. K is the 11th letter, I is the 9th, L is the 12th, L is the 12th. 11 plus 9 plus 12 plus 12 is 44. Kill equals 17 when you use the alphabetic order and rules of numerology. So you just make each letter a single digit number. The 11th letter, K, becomes 1 plus 1 is 2. I is 9. L, the 12th letter, is 1 plus 2 is 3. So you have 2 plus 9 plus 3 plus 3, 17. Kill equals 64 when you flip the alphabetic order around. You make Z1, you count back to A is 26. Just the alphabetic order in reverse. And the last cipher is the alphabetic order in reverse with the rules of numerology. So the date numerology was 44, 28, 64. Again, every single month where the 44, 64 date comes up, and it often also has numerology of 28 or 17 with it, but every time this date comes up, which is once a month, you get stories like this. Now, the YouTuber, his name was Etika. His birth name was Desmond Amofa. And notice Amofa equals 44 and 28, his surname. This is the day he disappeared. He's believed to have been dead. They're making it seem like he jumped off the Manhattan Bridge where his belongings were found by the NYPD after uploading his video about how he was ready to end his life and commit suicide. The term YouTuber also sums to 44. You have 2 dead YouTubers on this date, one in the Ukraine, one in New York. Now, keep in mind the day he disappeared was the 19th in 2019. And notice the name Etika with the alphabetic order and rules of numerology, 19. Notice the name Etika with the alphabetic order, 46, like sacrifice, like the 2 other deaths in the headlines. One a YouTuber, 46 years old, another a wrestler, 199 days after winning the belt, the 46th prime. So there's that piece. His birthday, well, it looks like I forgot to copy the slide in here. Date of birth, Etika. It's May 12th. There it is. He was born May 12th, 1990, 29 years old. From his birthday to the day he disappeared, 38 days. Number we talk about all the time. Death, 38. Murder, 38. Killing, 38. RIP, 38. The movie poster, Murder by Numbers. The E is changed to a 3. The B's are changed to 8s. None of the other letters are tampered with. 38. Death, murder, killing, RIP, 38. Always the same numbers. 38 days after his birthday. Notice also 1 month and 7 days, not unlike 17. Kill 17. And the other point I should make about June 19th is he's a young black man. Juneteenth is what June 19th is, the day to remember the freeing of the slaves. So, come back to this here in a moment. I want to talk about the date of his mental breakdown, because this is what the whole problem was. He had this mental breakdown. Supposedly 19,000 people were watching the live stream. He was screaming about how he was going to kill himself, that he was watching porn, and he was screaming out the window. He got all this attention. The police came to his door, arrested him, took him to the mental health clinic. This happened April 29th. And April 29th is the 119th day of the year, 119. Talks about this in his video. You know, he has mental health problems. He's going to commit suicide. It's too bad his life has to end so short. But notice, mental health, 119, suicide, 119. And this all stems back to what happened on April 29th. This story is being put out in the mainstream media, meaning it's meant to capture the mind's eye of the masses, all-seeing eyes, 119. And, of course, this story is very relatable to many people in this world. So many people living the same life as Etika, living in front of screens. Their fun is playing video games. Their sex is masturbating. Period. Realize the NYPD were there to guide the process all along the way, to show up at his house. How many people say I mean, if I said I was going to commit suicide right now on a live stream, would the police show up at my house? Probably not, you know, but it did for him. Why do you think that was? You have to realize this guy had over 800,000 followers on his social media platforms, so he had a major audience. It's possible that people who are getting this much attention get approached, say, hey, you want to participate in something for us? We got a little lucrative offer for you. Realize every single day, police and media and government work by this code to contrive news. And a lot of the contrived news is meant to, you know, touch us because we relate to it. You know, and then there's other stuff that just meant to keep us in a state of fear and looking for Big Brother to keep us safe. But 119, it's also the number for the Fraternal Order of Police, just like 911 in reverse, who you call to get the police. And regarding the police, they're reporting that they found his belongings on the Manhattan Bridge today, Manhattan Bridge 137, the 33rd prime number, the number we find in all of these contrived rituals again and again. Order, federal, police, masonry, secrecy, all 33. Another one I could add to that list is New York, where the story's out of. New York's 33. So I saw another popular YouTube channel made a video on this, just talking a bunch of nonsense like most YouTubers do. He said nobody would ever be able to prove if any of this is real or contrived. Well, he must not follow my channel. We can prove it all day, every day. You know, it's not hard to see. So, and just as a reminder, next month, July 18th, it's going to be the day with 44 and 64 numerology. And think about how that date can be written. 18/7, like 187, the homicide code. July 18th is also the 199th day of the year, which is the 46th prime. 199th day of the year, 46th prime, sacrifice 46. So July 18th, you'll be in plenty of headlines. In history, that's the anniversary of the San Ysidro massacre. 18/7, like 187, the California homicide code. Notice it was July 18th, 1984. Check this out. That was the year Ray Kroc died. Ray Kroc, who made McDonald's the empire that it is. He died January 14th, 1984. Look at this. January 14th, 1984 to July 18th, 18/7. It's 186 days later, but if you count the full span of days, it's 187. See that? Ray Kroc, the McDonald's man. And then there's a San Ysidro massacre at a McDonald's. And again, it's not hard to see who runs the show. It's all masonry. Look at McDonald's when you write it out. You see the 158 right here? Look at Burger King. Burger King, 158. And look at Freemasonry. Burger King and Freemasonry actually have overlap in 3 out of the 4 base ciphers. 58, 158, 59. Freemasonry is 59 in Hebrew and English. And again, all these companies do everything by the numbers. We were talking about 119. Remember when Burger King announced their Impossible Whopper on the 119th day of the year? So anyway, learn the code, see through all of it. This code's used every single day to contrive just about every single thing you see in the news. And one last point I'll make about this YouTuber. He was born Desmond Amofa. The gematria of 118 stands out. Amofa, his last name is also 118. That's a big number with death as well. Death's 118. And if you use his middle name or his nickname as a middle name, some standout numbers: 74. He was out of Brooklyn, New York. Remember, Brooklyn, New York, 74. Jewish is 74. Masonic is 74. Occult, 74. English is 74. Gematria is 74. Remember, my book was banned by Etsy on the 74th day of the year, which teaches about this code of letters and numbers, which is Gematria or Gematria, however you want to pronounce it. So I don't even think this guy chose his name for himself. That 322 stands out. Look at Brooklyn, New York again. Brooklyn, New York. 223. The Synagogue of Satan, 223. So familiar numbers. Numbers that show up in Brooklyn propaganda all the time. All right. We'll leave it there. I notice all these channels making videos about this guy that share absolutely nothing, just people talking their worthless opinions. They all have hundreds of thousands of views. Let's see how many views this video gets, which actually proves what's going on. Just watch. You know, keep in mind I'm on my 18th channel. Even though this channel's grown in subscribers, as it's grown in subscribers, the views have just gone down and down and down. So just realize how YouTube works. These big popular channels that have nothing to share, that just run their mouth, they get views. Channel like mine, which shows what's actually going on in the world, it's muted. Until next time.